Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to an episode of Tatami Talk. Today's going to be a very special episode. We're actually going to try to do something different for the holiday season this year. As you can see, we have two special guests with us. We have Dave, the host of Judo Chop Suey, and we're having underneath us over here is we have Scotty, is one of our members of our judo club and one of our students. So, Anthony, explain what we're doing today.
Yeah, so if you listen to our last episode, I talked about coming up with doing like a trivia podcast.
Well, it's an episode a few months ago. Or last month. Well, yeah, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be like a month ago, I guess. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this should be coming out on December 30th if everything goes well. And so it's going to be kind of like an end of the year, New Year's episode. So I thought we would do something fun. I personally used to like going to trivia, but it takes too much time and commitment to actually gather people to go with. So I listened to a lot of trivia podcasts. So I thought it'll be fun to have a judo podcast trivia question. Originally, we were going to have one more person come on, Peter, but he caught the flu or something. So he wasn't able to come on. He lost his voice. So I actually had to redo the quiz format. We were going to have one black belt and one novice in each team, but that didn't work out. So I had to rework the questions. So it's kind of going to be a free for all question now. And since Scotty is a novice and not a black belt, every question that he gets right, he's going to get 3 points for it. While the other Juan and Dave here is only going to get 1 point. Cheating, and we have cheating already.
We're also using like an online trivia buzzer program, to play this game, but I think it might be a long episode, so let's get it started. Dave, kind of introduce yourself. You're known as the guy who hosts the Judo Chop Suey podcast. So do you want to give a short introduction?
Sure. Dave Roman, Florida, live in the Panhandle now. Was from living in Tampa Bay for about 20 something years, I'm known for the Judo Chop Suey podcast, or at least I should say the formerly Judo Chop Suey podcast. I have retired it. I didn't make any announcements or anything like this. I did retire it. It just, my life is just, unfortunately, I have very, very particular ways on how I recorded the episodes. And the way that my life is like right now, it's just impossible for me to do that show with that format. With the amount of time I have in my life, a lot of it has to do with work. You know, I've also got, I'm also a parent to four kids, and I'm also teaching judo locally. And that was probably the biggest thing for me is just the frequency of training. I'm at the club 4 times a week. Even at my age, I'll be 48 in just another month or so. But I'm still going strong. And it was between teaching judo or talking about judo. And for me at this point, I thought teaching judo is where I wanted to put my energy and efforts.
So just real quick, was there a reason you decided not to make a public announcement about that? Because I know a lot of people on Reddit was wondering what happened to you. And then I only heard about you retiring your podcast indirectly from Jonah from 510 Judo. I felt that if I made an episode or if I made an announcement, it would have been, it's hard to explain. It would have been very egotistical of me for like maybe to have a countdown. I made it to 97 episodes. I was thinking I was going to go to 100 episodes and then call it. But I felt it was time for me to move on. I didn't, the very last episode that I did, if you listen to it, but by all accounts, it was a solid episode. I put in a solid effort, but I know that personally, I didn't give it my best. And I always said that if I did an episode where I walked away from it and felt like I didn't do my best, that I would be done with the podcast. So 5 years in, that finally happened. And I was like, you know what, it's time for me to go away. And that was really it. I just didn't, didn't want to make a big scene or make a big announcement or anything like that. I just figured I'd let you guys run with it. Hey, honestly, you guys are my favorite judo podcast. Even when I was podcasting, and I'm serious. Tatami Talk is the podcast I wanted to do. Judo Chop Suey is the podcast everybody got. And it was just difficult for me to do that with to schedule and arrange with somebody else to record on a consistent basis, because my life is just so inconsistent. When I started it 5+ years ago, actually I think it would have been 6 by now. Yeah, about 6 years ago. I had younger kids, different needs. I got 4 kids in the house. Now 2 of my sons they're grown adults. They're living on their own now. But then it's like, I got 2 teens, I got 2 younger girls, and it's like I just to schedule that and find time was difficult. So that's why I did a solo podcast. But I really wanted to do the type of show that you guys do.
If I remember correctly, you're a QA engineer by trade, right?
That's correct. Software QA.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm a software engineer. So I think we think alike, and when in terms to our standards of our products that we release.
Yeah. Especially as a QA guy, my standards are high.
Yeah. So I did a bit of QA when I was a beginner and fresh out of college. And yeah, I totally appreciate what you've done, because I think you were the only podcast that actually went over all the details of every single fight at the judo tournaments.
As much as I could, at least the top 7, because that's all I really cared about. And I wanted to engage the American judo community. Well, really, the podcast was listened all over the world, but I tried to find a niche on what was not being discussed on other podcasts and stuff. But I wanted to fill that. I wanted people to get excited about what's happening on the world tour, because there's a lot of great judo happening. Unfortunately, I can't see it as of late because of the damn paywall, the IGF, which I think it's a mistake. On their part.
I'll share with you my account. Don't let IGF know about it.
Don't let them know. You just said it on. Everyone can hear us.
Okay, we all know that. Well, actually, I was going to say the IGF doesn't listen to this, but then they started releasing roadblocks after we released our episodes. But
they listen. Let me tell you, they might listen to every episode, but I know they listen. I know Visa has listened to mine. I know a lot of people have listened to mine at least once.
Because in my mind, judo is so big outside of America that I would think like they wouldn't care much about a very US centric based podcast or even judokas in the US. So
yeah, I would guarantee they've given it a listen for sure. Okay. I mean, the IGF account follows me on Twitter, so I know they've listened. So it's just.
Yep. So
you got me scared now. I'm a little scared now. I love you guys. It's great. I'm happy with all you guys are doing.
and that's the crazy thing about podcasting is that when I started this thing, I was very strongly opinionated. I regret probably the first year, honestly, maybe the first 2 years of what I did. But I guess I didn't really understand the scope of how much reach that I would get with the podcast. I just didn't know it. People from Greece and Italy and France and Japan and Russia. Like I just didn't, not a whole lot of hits from there, but it was listened to out there. So I've always, as I realized that, I became very cognizant, like, whoa, maybe I shouldn't go off the rails here. And there was a lot of things I said that I regret, or I regret the way that I said them. Yeah. And so I think I got better the last 3 years.
I will say that I learned a lot from you, and that was one of the things I learned, because I could tell I could tell you regretted some of the stuff you said by the change of tones over the years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm like, when I started a podcast with Juan, I'm like, we probably should be careful what we say. And I still, sometimes I feel like I said too much, but for those who don't know, you kind of took a long break, and even before you retired your podcast. And during that time, me and Juan decided to cover more about the tournaments because you weren't doing it.
Yeah.
And I have a whole new appreciation for what you do, because you said before we started recording, you just told me you just watch them. You don't really take notes. I was taking notes and it was exhausting.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. So
it was and that goes back to what I was saying about the time. every episode, like a lot of people think podcasting is just flipping on a switch and just flapping your gums for an hour. But honestly, every episode that I did was at least 8 hours worth of work. And in terms of prep, editing, the interviews that I did, I laid out the questionnaires for my guests. And it was a very detailed process for me. Cause like I said, Anthony, being in IT, you got to be detail oriented or else, it's going to fall apart. So for me, that's I approached it like a job, and I'm proud of what I did. I still think I'm the only judo podcast that was formally sponsored by different, I still get money from the podcast a little bit and, maybe enough to buy a cheeseburger, but I still get a little something, and I'm proud of what I did. And I know one day I'll have a podcast again covering judo. It's just going to be a completely different format. It'll be called something completely different, and maybe I'll keep it to a half hour or something. I also think both you and Juan have a good radio voice. So hopefully when the LA Olympics comes by, maybe the two of you will be commentating on the Olympics. That would be that would be the dream. I would love to do that. Chances are I won't get that opportunity, but that would be the dream for me.
Okay. So let's move on to Scotty. Scotty, you want to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, Scotty, follow that.
Do you have a podcast?
I'm Scotty. I don't have a podcast. So, Scotty, I've been training judo for almost 2 years now, and I've been in martial arts for about a decade now. I wrestled in high school, and then kickbox for like 5 or 6 years now. But judo, in the short time it's been, has already gotten permanent fixtures in my body. So that's
yes, it has.
Yes. For those who don't know, I think it was like the first 5 months.
No. He trained with us in the park, but when he first started doing proper judo at the dojo, I think it was the first 2 months.
Yeah, he got his collarbone broken. So he had a surgery, and now he has permanent fixture. Let's just say. That's just he learned the hard way. Yeah.
In hindsight, you look back. I was going too hard with a guy that was way better than me. So,
yeah. It was funny because the week before it happened, I had a talk in beginners class about going too hard and ego, and I literally said, half of you in here are going to learn this the hard way. And within the next 2 weeks, he broke his collarbone. Someone got kneed in the eye and had this huge black eye, and someone else broke their thumb. So that's
in that same class that he broke his collarbone, another guy messed up his knee or ankle. And it was another guy that didn't do judo for a long time. He was a brown belt, came in too hard, too fast. And even I told him, like, hey, calm down. You need to ease back into it. Went too hard, too fast. And then he got hurt. I'm like, we're dropping like flies today. What happened?
So I think I need to stop giving those speeches and just kind of find another way of, because obviously giving speeches like that doesn't work. People don't listen. So I need to find another way to explain that. And I need to work on that. So,
but Scotty, how did you find judo? How did you discover us to decide, I'm going to try that grappling style and not go to the hip and trendy fancy BJJ school?
Before I joined Hollywood, I had done like a couple of different, I'd been training jiu-jitsu for almost 2 years. I was pretty much ready for my blue belt when I was in Kansas. And when I came here, I was jumping around between like 10th Planet and a couple other like small jiu-jitsu schools in the Valley. But I don't know, I wasn't feeling the jiu-jitsu culture, if you know what I mean, like the vibe.
Oh yeah, we know exactly what you mean. So
he's like, what are you talking about? What's this vibe? What do you speak of?
So, well, and also out here in LA, it's very expensive. Mm-hmm. You're going to pay like minimum at least like $170, $160 per month.
I pay $100. So I think you just got to look harder. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've been a white belt for how many years now?
Almost 5 years. Yeah.
But then I just Googled judo because I knew it was I've known about that for a while too. And so then I think Hollywood Judo is just the first one that came up. I didn't even look at the others. It was like, oh, I'll do that one.
Once you find Hollywood, you don't need nothing else. That's why.
I was like, this one has the best name. Just go to that one.
All right. So with that done, let's get this started. So I think I mentioned it already that Scotty's going to get 3 points, right? I did.
Yes. You've mentioned it like a few times now.
I know,
right?
because I know I
gotta rub it in.
I know.
I mentioned it before the recording, and I will put this out there that when I came up with the questions, I kind of anticipate, like, not all black belts will know these questions. I'm pointing that out right now, right? Not all black belts will know these questions. So don't judge Juan and Dave for getting them wrong. Like, some of these are, it's kind of like you learned calculus in high school, or college, and you haven't used it since forever. So don't expect them to know the answers to all the questions. It's just kind of for fun and games kind of thing. Especially, I put in a little twist in there in the format so that Scotty and supposedly Peter would have had a chance to beat you guys. So, okay. So the first segment is pop quiz. So you guys, I don't think the Zoom is going to pick up the buzzer. I might have to edit the buzzer sounds in, but, so I'm going to ask the questions. You guys are going to buzz in, and obviously the first person, I'm going to tell you guys who buzzed in first, and you're going to give.
Do we lose points for getting it wrong?
No. Originally, you guys were, but because I changed the format, you guys aren't. No points lost.
Thank God. All right.
But you only get one chance. Okay, so if you get it wrong, then you can't answer again. Someone else gets a chance, so you can't buzz in again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, you're controlling it anyway. So if you have to reset the buzzer. So if
whatever you think is correct, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So ready, your buzzers. Okay.
Quiz hot shot.
I'm going to start off with the easy one. All right. What year was judo created? Oh, Dave.
1882.
Yep. That's correct. It's 1 point for Dave.
No, I don't know about you, Juan or Scotty, but I've got 3 monitors in front of me, so I just so it's not like I got the buzzer on my biggest monitor here, so it's the mouse pointer is right on the red buzz, so it's ready to go.
I'm hoping you guys aren't cheating. We're just going by an honor system here that you guys don't have Google open on the side or something.
Shit, that's right. I should have had Google open. Where's my Kindle at?
Alexa,
where's my Kindle at? Hold on, let me my Kindle.
Okay. Well, you got to answer within 5 seconds because I'm a fast typer, but nobody's that fast. So yeah.
Okay. Which Olympic Games was judo first contested in? 1.
1962.
No.
Damn it.
So reset buzzers. Anyone? Dave?
The 1964 Games.
Yep. And where was it?
In Tokyo.
Yes, correct. Man, Dave's
I was close. I was close. I was really close.
Question 3. Name the 3 basic categories of judo techniques. Dave.
Ashiwaza, Koshiwaza, and Tewaza.
No, that's the name. That's the 3 basic Nagewazas. Right?
What am I doing?
No, so I'm going to read the question again. All right. Name the 3 basic categories of judo techniques, not judo throws, judo techniques. Scotty.
Okay, you're talking about Tachiwaza, Niwaza, and
close.
I get 2/3 a point.
No. Okay, I guess this one. When I came up with this question, it's a little hard. Juan, do you have a?
I was going to say what Scotty said pretty much. I was going to go Ashiwaza, Niwaza, Tachiwaza,
okay, it's actually,
and
you guys are going to feel so stupid when I mention it.
Wanwaza?
No, Nagewaza. So throws, right? Nagewaza, Katamewaza, which is basically Newaza, like ground holding, grappling techniques, and Atemiwaza. Everyone forgets about Atemiwaza.
That's what I said. I said Atemiwaza.
Okay, so nobody got that one.
My first judo club actually covered some basic Atemiwaza techniques, but it was really karate techniques, and I'm like, okay, well, it's traditional, but I would never do it this way.
It doesn't come into
a boxing coach.
3rd and 4th dan doesn't come into there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Nagewaza, I already mentioned it. Yeah, so Atemiwaza is striking techniques. So for those who don't know, that was part of judo, not in sports judo, but those are the three basic categories of judo techniques. And what Dave and Scotty and them named were basically variations of the throwing and grappling techniques. Okay, question 4. Currently, how many officially recognized Kodokan judo techniques are there? Dave.
100.
Yes. Okay, so which follows on to the next question. How many of the recognized Kodokan judo techniques are Nagewaza? Dave.
68.
Yes.
Holy shit.
What in the world?
Damn.
I can't be Judo Dave Roman and get these things wrong, right? I mean,
I did not expect you to get that one right. The number.
See, that is like something.
Actually, do you know why I know that?
Thing.
Why?
Yeah.
Do you know why I know that? Is because during my run of the podcast, I did cover this. The techniques exchanged and changed out and stuff. They threw in, I believe they threw in.
They threw out Dakiage,
and they put in, I want to say, Kouchi Makikomi, right?
Yes. And also, Uki Katame, I think it was Neon Belly, basically.
Did they really? They put that in there? Neon Belly?
It's not exact. It doesn't look exactly like Neon Belly, but that's what Neon Belly would classify as.
It's Kata Katame with Neon Belly, right?
Kind of. You guys just look up the picture later. Like you'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so David's in the lead currently with 4 points. All right,
but Scotty can get one question right and be 1 point behind.
But you can see how hard it is.
Yeah, right.
Are you guys starting to see why I gave him? Originally, I was just going to give him a 2-point lead, a bonus, but I think he might need that extra point. Was basically I thought. Okay. So 68 Nagewaza techniques, right? So that leaves 32 are Katamewaza, like ground techniques. Okay, question 6. In the IJF World Tour...
But my buzzer is not reset.
Oh, I need to reset it. Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
In the IJF World Tour, which one is worth more points? Grand Slam or Grand Prix tournament? Dave.
Grand Slam.
Yes, that's correct. So the first place of Grand Slam is actually worth 1,000 points if you get first place, and for Grand Prix you get 700 points. So the Grand Slam is actually the most prestigious tournament after the Olympics, World Championships, and the World Masters. Okay, so all right. Question 7.
I'm not reset. I'm not reset.
Yeah. It's okay because if I don't reset it, they can't buzz in either. All right.
They can't. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. In the IJF World Tour Masters, which I just mentioned, it used to be an invite-only tournament for the top 16 ranked judoka in each weight class. In 2019, it expanded the number to how many judokas for each weight class?
Oh, it's a good question.
1.
Is it? God damn it! 26.
No.
God.
Anyone?
I buzzed.
Okay, Dave.
I'm gonna 32.
No.
Oh, okay. Really?
Scotty, you want to guess? They're pretty close. Both of them are pretty close. I'll give you another choice, another chance. Both of them are pretty close. So in the 30 range.
That's probably the answer right there, isn't it?
It's not. That's not the answer.
Is it?
Throw a number, Scotty. Come on, in the 30 range.
In the 30 range.
34.
No, didn't you say 34, Juan or Dave?
No, I said 32.
It's 32.
Okay. No, it's 36. So 36. In 2019, they expanded it to 36. I try to help you, Scotty. Sorry. Right.
Think of brackets. Think of brackets real quick.
Okay. Question 8. What is the Olympic slogan? I'll accept either the Latin answer or the English answer. 1.
Vini Vici Judo. No?
Anyone? Okay, Dave.
Politics don't matter until it does.
All right, Scotty, do you want to try or do you give up?
I have no idea.
Okay, so the Olympic slogan is faster, higher, stronger, together. And they added the stronger in 2021. So it used to just be faster, higher, stronger. And
no together.
Yeah, and in Latin is Citius, Altius, Fortius.
Oh, so I did not know that.
Yeah. And just a random fact for the Paralympics, their slogan is actually "Spirit in Motion." Okay.
Spirit in what?
In motion. Spirit in motion.
Okay. Yep. It came off different. It sounded differently to me here. So.
Yep. Okay. So question 9. So there's only 10 questions for this segment.
All right.
What are the randori no kata? Dave.
It's Nage no kata and Tatami no kata.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kata,
so
it always gets me. It always gets me.
A lot of people know about kata, but never refer to those two sets of kata as the randori no kata, because those are the techniques that consist of most of the techniques that you use in randori.
Juan, weren't you working on kata recently? I thought I heard you say that. Or
yeah, I just with my other buddy Matt, we just got our certificates for the 4th dan kata. So for Judo kata, yeah.
Are you getting bumped up to Yodan?
Oh no, not another 3 years. I can apply for.
No, they just had a clinic, so he decided to go because it was with the current world champions.
It's always good. It's always good to have in your back pocket. Have the certificates ready.
Yeah, boy, Scotty, I got to tell you, you're lucky to be doing. You guys are lucky to be doing judo in California, because you get these random clinics that just pop up for kata and stuff. Like for me to go to a kata clinic, I probably have to fly to California. It never happens. Even though judo is pretty popular in Florida, relatively speaking, there's rarely, I don't know of one person I could go to and be like, hey, can you teach me, Tatami no kata? I really don't know it. I mean, I can recognize it, but I can't perform it. I've never been formally taught it. So
that's why I moved to California. I moved away from Texas.
For judo, for that reason?
Don't tell my wife that, but yes.
Yeah.
It's funny because we actually have a listener from the East Coast that actually sent me a big email about it, because he wanted to get his kata stuff done. He couldn't find any place. I was trying to help him out, give him emails and places to contact in his area to let them know, like, hey, they want to have a clinic, maybe set one up. But yeah, we get that email. I get that email sometimes from people like, hey, where can I do this at? Where can I get this kata stuff done?
There's actually a lot of good kata people that are really like happy to teach that kind of stuff. So other than just flying out, like think about how much it costs you to fly out, you or maybe you and another person, right? You guys, if you get enough people who are interested, you can just pull together like $100 each, right? That's probably less than your flight to California, and then fly those 2 people out to your club to teach it. Mm-hmm. That would be like a more cost efficient thing, but obviously you have to arrange it and contact people.
Yeah.
So yeah, just think of it that way for the people who are interested in that.
I might have to consider that at some point in the future is because there's plenty of people around the country that can teach it, and they don't have to be, well-known people, just competent. And there's plenty of competent people doing kata in the United States. That much I know.
Yes. Okay. Question 10. Last question for this segment.
Scotty.
What is the difference between Hanegoshi and no? I'm kidding. Not. Okay,
I could answer that question.
I know, but I don't want to get a bunch of spam and hate mail and stuff. So
I love that because people tell me my Uchimata is Hanegoshi, and I when I hear that,
Juan is one of those people. Juan is one of those people. By the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so real question 10. What does Shodan mean in English? Scotty.
Ooh. First degree. Black belt. That's close enough.
I'll give you 2 points for that. Okay. I'll give you 2 points for that, but not the answer I was looking for. Okay, anyway, I reset the buzzers.
Oh, okay. Do I have to buzz again?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ro. Go ahead.
I was going to say first step.
Yes, first step. So it's actually like Dan means step. So it's the first step or beginner rank. So that was the question I was looking for. Okay. So here, score so far. Since I gave Scotty, I'll give him 1 for that. Okay.
What? Give him 2. You said you give him 2 points. Give him 2.
No. I'm giving Dave 1. I forgot.
Dave 1. Okay.
Okay. So
hey, wait, no. Dave won.
It's okay. I just wanted to answer. You don't have to give me a point for that. I just wanted to answer the question. I want to make sure I had it right.
I'll make it a little fair. Yeah, because you're destroying everyone right now. David's up with 6 points. Juan with 0, and Scotty with 2.
Oh, goose egg over here.
Okay, so that was the first segment. I talked about how in between each segment we're going to talk about reflecting on our past year of judo and what we're going to do, what our plans and goals are for the next year. So why don't we start with Scotty, since we started with Dave before? We'll start with Scotty. You want to tell us about this past year, how it's been for you? I know you were injured, how it was coming back, and what your goals are for next year.
Yeah, I think so. I came back in, what was it? It was like 4 months ago, I think. And pretty much ever since I came back, and a little bit before, like I knew coming in, I was like, okay, I can't train. I can't go like have that ego mindset anymore, like Randori, where, you know, it was my fault that it got broke. You know, we were going too hard. And so I just came in with a new mindset. I'm going to do a lot of technique drills, a lot of technique. And then in Randori, it's like, if someone gets me, they get me. I go down all the time now. So there's no that, just the resisting of it. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it feels like the last 4 months I've made way more progress than I ever did pre-break. So I got that. And then the goal by the end of the year is green. I want to be green going into 2023. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know how long people are usually green, but I would like to finish 2023 at least a blue belt.
Okay. Yeah, our dojo goes green, blue, yellow, white, yellow, orange, green, blue, brown, black. But I know you
even for adults.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So even our kids, we don't really do junior kids rank. Our kids take the same exact test as the adults. So,
really? Okay. Yes.
So I don't think they appreciate what it means when the kids in our dojo gets a yellow belt. It's actually a pretty big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of out of control. We historically just our head instructor for the kids class, they always had high standards for kids. So it's not uncommon in the past for a kid to take a year or two to get a yellow belt. So yeah. Scotty, I know you said it was kind of both you and the other guy's fault. Let's just say it that way. So don't put too much blame on yourself on the getting injured. You were a yellow belt. You were kind of new, and it was it was kind of on the other guy to also keep you safe. So it was a little bit of both your faults. But do you have any more concrete goals other than getting to a belt level next year? Like, I want to do
like more detailed,
like more. It's easy to say I want to get to blue belt, but how are you going to get there? Right? Like, are you going to go to a few tournaments? You're going to show up to class more often. You're going to go to some kata clinics, or maybe go cross train someplace. Like,
when our new schedule hits,
use your judo.
When our new schedule hits, I'll be going from 2 times a week to 3, and so that'll bump up how often I'm training.
Yeah,
often more.
Go ahead. Sorry.
More specifically, I'm going to compete more. Specifically in these competitions, I want to get more. I won in the last competition. I won one match, but with reversing his Uchimata, I want to win with my own throws, not just countering their throws. Yep.
That's a really good goal. I actually think that's like the really good goal to have. And with that said, I will say, to get from where you are now to a blue belt by 2023 is going to be really hard. I'll just put that out there right now. So,
is that Sankyu, Anthony? Blue belt, adult.
You're putting me on the spot here. You're putting me on the spot.
Don't ask us about our Q. Sorry, Dave. Don't ask about our Q ranks. Our Q ranks are they are set, but they're fluid at the same time.
So
put it that way.
Philippe listens to this podcast, so I don't want to put him on the spot either. But basically, before I joined the dojo, which was like 4 years ago, it was just white, brown, black. We didn't do color belts.
Sure.
So the color belt system came along because we had a teens program at one point, and we got the color belts to kind of motivate them, but all the teens quit. So we had all these color belts lying around. So we started giving them to adults, and then they were like, they magically started getting better when we gave them a promotion.
Yeah.
It was like a self-confidence kind of thing, right? So we just kind of kept that around, but we don't have a strict Q program. Like I went from Sankyu to Shodan, officially speaking. I never went through DQ and EQ.
Right. You were just a brown belt. Right?
I was just a brown belt. So the belt system is not set in stone. It's kind of like a guideline. We do have standards right now for most of each belt rank, but it's like kind of, again, a guideline. If you're like, you know the basics and you're like murdering everyone at the tournament, then you might get a pass for not knowing what Sukui Nage is or something. So
as it should be.
Yeah.
As it should, in my opinion, if you're dominating the sports scene there.
Yeah, but you still have to know what Osotogari is and stuff. You can't just be a black belt that doesn't know anything. So
no, of course. Oh, yeah. Right.
Yep.
I mean, Travis Stevens is a 6. I don't think he can do Juno Kata, you know.
Yeah,
but nobody's gonna, nobody's going to
question him.
Yeah, nobody's gonna question that, nor should they.
Okay, so Scotty, that was great. Let's go on to the next segment. The second segment, I call it "That's Bullshido." So as you can guess,
like the old website. Is that website still around?
It is still around.
Oh my God.
Is it called Bullshido?
Yeah.
Bullshido.net is, I believe it's bullshido.net. It is still around.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So this Bullshido obviously is not, it's obviously referring to Shido in judo. So I'm going to, same thing. I'm going to ask you, well, I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm going to describe the hand motion of the Shido, and you have to tell me what the Shido is. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So let me look at one that I did not ask.
This is going to be tough for me. I ignore refs. I don't, when I watch the IJF World Tour, I ignore the refs unless they make a bad call, which they rarely do. I always defend the refs.
Yeah.
Not okay. Anthony.
I don't want to accidentally give you the wrong answer because but here's the twist. Okay. Every single answer must be given in this format. That's Bullshido. I did not blank. Does that make sense?
I think so. Yeah.
What is
so on Jeopardy style?
Yes. So let's say you did I made the gesture for same side grip, right? And same side grip's not on this. I'll just give that away. Same side grip is not on this question. Then you would say that's Bullshido. I did not grab a same side grip, for example. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only way you can get points. And if you say it wrong, then you don't get to answer again. Someone else can just take your answer. All right.
All right.
So it's going to buzz in, right? That's Bullshido. I did not blank.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Some very, you can be like, I totally did not blank. As long as it's in that format, that's Bullshido. I definitely did not. I totally did not. However you want to word it. It doesn't have to be like that word for word. All right. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right. Question 1. Rotating the hands with a forward motion, the forearms at chest height, then point with the forefinger to the athlete. Scotty.
That's Bullshido. I did not. Shido? That's what you just described, right?
Okay. No, you have to say what it was for. The Shido is the penalty. You got to say what it was for.
He said what he's for.
He said that was
what he thought it was for.
Okay. I'll give you another chance. You want
to describe it again?
Okay. Here's it again. So you guys can buzz in again. Scotty, you can buzz in again. Okay.
Okay.
By the way, I took most of these definitions from the IJF rule book. Okay. Mm-hmm. But there's only a few where the IJF just posted a picture and I had to make it up myself. But okay. Rotating hands with a forward motion, the forearms at chest height, then point with the forefinger to the athlete.
Scotty, what is it?
Dave.
That's Bullshido. I did not. False attack?
No. Scotty was doing the motion.
Scotty was something else.
Scotty was doing the motion.
I'll take a stab at it.
Okay, all right, Juan, go ahead.
I will. Okay, I'm going to say it's a first. What Scotty was doing, this hand motion doing it, that is also just the, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm just going to use Shido for it. So that's this, but it's usually
come on. That's not in the rule book.
Okay, I'm going to say it's the passivity one. It's the passivity.
Non-combativity, passivity.
That's what I meant to say, Juan. Okay. I actually meant delay or passivity.
But Juan, I can't give you the point because you did not say it in that format.
Yes, I did. I totally said it.
No, he totally said it.
My partner's against me here.
Okay, all right. Maybe I misheard it. I am running low on sleep because I had to redo the questions, like I said, and I hosted a kids tournament. All right, question 2. I reset the buzzer now. Okay. Extend both arms forward with hands closed and then make a downward action with both hands. Scotty.
Oh, I only heard the first half. I thought it was that's bullshito. I did not run them out of bounds. That was all I heard.
No. Okay. Anyone else? Reset. Dave.
That's bullshito. I was not being defensive.
No.
All right, I'll try.
Yep.
That's Bushido. I was not crushing my opponent.
No. I'll read it one more. I'll read it one more time.
That's crushing.
I'll read it one more. Again, this is from the rule book. Don't look at me. Okay.
I am looking at you.
Okay. Extend both arms forward with hands closed and then make a downward action with both hands.
That's crushing.
That's actually not crushing. I can explain this.
Face plant? I don't know.
I thought I had it right. I know what you're talking about.
Look at what Juan just did again.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'll get that. It's false attack, but it's because his fists were like this, but it's actually supposed to be like this.
You said facing down.
Okay, with hands closed and I did. Extend both arms forward with hands closed and then make a downward action with both hands. I didn't say face down.
Downward action, both hands.
Downward action. No,
Scotty.
If you are being defensive, like crouching, it's just like this. You don't do the downward action. Mm-hmm. False attack is the only one with a downward action, actually.
Okay. Does it? Okay.
False attack. Okay. Didn't realize that. All right.
Never realized that either.
It's been a while since I've competed in judo. I will admit. So
okay.
At my age,
next question 3. Point towards the athlete to be penalized, and then cross left hand over right, palms facing inwards at belt height. Dave.
That's fixing your judogi or.
Pick my buzzer.
Scotty.
That's bullshito. I did not.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
And then what?
No, you gotta finish the whole thing. You gotta finish the whole thing, Scotty. Come on.
Did not.
What?
What? Dave, I'll give you another chance. Go.
That's bullshito. I did not untuck my jacket.
Yes, close enough. I'll give that to you. It's actually the new rule about having to fix your judogi all the time.
Right. They give it to you once. They give it to you once.
And then a Shido afterwards. So this is like basically fix your judogi, Shido. That's fix your judo. Just so people can see fix your judogi.
Hey, stuff on gang signs. All right.
Yeah. So I'll give you 1 point for that. So that's one of the new signs. Well, it's not technically not new, but it's used in a new way now. So
it's a good rule, by the way.
Yeah. It's a good rule indeed. Question 4: palm down with arm extended straight out and doing a swiping motion left and right like you are wiping something. 1.
That's Bushido. I not go out of bounds.
Yes.
Oh, good one, Juan. Good one.
So that one was actually not on the rules thing. So I came up with that myself. So
yeah, because we argued. We know it's this, but we've argued about it before for like little things.
Okay. Question 5: leaning slightly over and doing a scooping motion with your hand low. 1.
That's Bushido. I did not grab the leg.
Yes. So for those who don't know, this is the scooping motion. Okay. Question 6: putting your arm onto your collarbone. 1.
That's Bushido. I did not block the grab. block the grip.
Can you specify where?
Oh, come on. Same side. No, it's not same side.
There's a lot of things for blocking the grip. So that's why I have to.
Oh, come on. That's blocking the grip.
Blocking the grip where?
At the collar.
Yes, the collar, the lapel. That's specifically
You're being very for that to me right now. You know
so
that.
if you look at what's his name? Takato. Yeah, Takato. He does that all the time. And you'll see him get the Shido for that pretty often. Over here, so and he's been more wary of it that he'll actually turn his back to the referee when he does it. And then when the referee goes around, he just unblocks it. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but
the video. Okay, so this is interesting. Just for my own education, you're talking about keeping your hand there to prevent somebody from gripping the gi, not necessarily parrying the reach.
Yes, you're blocking your lapel right here. You'll see a lot of especially I think Aaron Wolf does it too.
Yeah,
they'll block the like this, and they'll go for the sleeve grip with. Assuming I'm right-handed, they're going to go for the sleeve grip with left hand to get the sleeve grip first, and then they'll go grab the lapel. So, yep. Okay, question 7. Putting 4 fingers inside my sleeve. Dave.
That's Bushido. I did not grip inside the sleeve.
Yeah. I thought I was hoping that was a freebie for Scotty. I was hoping
I was trying to figure out how to describe it. I didn't know if there was like a technical term for it.
Yeah, it was literally why I said putting fingers inside the sleeve. Okay. Question 8. Grabbing my sleeve from the bottom. Dave.
That's Bushido. I did not pistol grip, but pistol grips are legal.
Yeah.
I thought
it is, but now it is, but you can still get a penalty for it if you don't attack with it.
Okay. All right. That's right. Yeah.
So that's correct. Yeah. I think, recently I posted the rules on Reddit. Someone asked about it, and basically all grip breaks except for the knee on the hand one, basically all two on one grip breaks and all that kind of stuff are legal as long as you regrip right away.
You know, that was a surprise to me. I saw that post that you made and I was like, wow, I must have missed that. Was that a new revision?
Yeah, that was part of the 2022 rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the first 2 tournaments, you started seeing people whacking each other in the face because they're after they grip the break, they're in such a rush to regrip to avoid the Shido that they just like whack people in the face.
Yeah. You know, the interesting thing to me anyway is when they made that rule change, I got pretty good at breaking the grip without 2. I don't like 2-on-1 for grip breaks for a couple of reasons, but
you're giving the sleeve away essentially.
I agree. And I actually made that case recently in my club in the adult class that, listen, you really, if you can break this grip, you know, without putting 2-on-1, it's really better.
I agree. But for example, there's these 2 twins in my judo club. They give you this death grip over the back and it's a matter of time before they throw you. So if you know that's different. If you know this is going to happen, I'm going to eat the Shido and just break it. You know?
Yeah, I got severely injured. I got thrown on my head and I couldn't walk the next day because somebody gripped me over the back. And ever since then, I refused to get gripped over the back. I just, in practice or certainly in a tournament, I would eat a Shido before I let somebody do that. But you know.
All right. Next question. Question 9. All right. Pushing my hands, palms facing outwards in an alternating pattern. Okay, Juan.
That's Bushido. I was not being passive.
No, that was the first. That was the first one.
Damn it! I already answered it. Someone else take it then.
Someone else.
Describe it again.
Okay.
That's.
Yeah, don't pushing my hands, palm facing outwards in an alternating pattern.
I don't know. I'm not clicking the buzzer.
All right. The answer is not taking a grip, like avoiding grips.
That's right.
Which is different from passivity. Different from passivity because passivity is not attacking, right?
You also get this if you don't let them grab you, if you won't let them get it.
It's like playing patty cake.
Right. Constant parrying. That's right. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. But to me, that was defensive. That's why I was trying to find the word to describe it. But yeah, avoiding a grip, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I put these particular ones in there, because I think it's pretty important to distinct these between all the different types of passivity penalties. Like, it actually matters, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 10. Holding a fist and sticking it straight out to one side. Juan.
I hope this is the right one. Fixing the hair?
No.
No? Oh, come on.
Anyone? Already set the buzzer.
He didn't say that's bullshit, so maybe that is the correct answer.
That's bullshit. I didn't fix my hair.
That's not part of it, but.
Can you read it again?
Holding a fist and sticking it straight out to one side. I'll give a hint. Juan actually mentioned it earlier as one of the wrong answers, but he had many wrong answers.
What? Me? Wrong answer? You're crazy.
That's bullshito. That's bullshito. I did not go out of bounds.
No, that was the right answer that he picked.
Those are the right ones.
Yeah. Okay. Scotty, you want to try?
No, that's bullshit. I did not duck under.
No.
So holding a fist and sticking it straight out to one side, that's actually blocking attitude with one hand. Like this, like straight out. And you can there's actually the other one that Juan was saying.
Straight out.
Yeah. The other one that Juan was saying was blocking like this, like two hands straight out. That's blocking attitude with two hands. So without the false attack, without the downward pull, that's blocking with two hands. And then if you have one hand out on one side, like you're in a really extreme Kenkaiotsu stance, which is a opposite side stance, that's blocking with one hand.
That's interesting. I mean, I'm learning a bit here. It's been a long time since I've actually paid attention to the rules, but I would have thought that just falls under the general passivity, being too defensive type motions, but I guess not.
Yeah. Okay. Question 11. Bring both hands into a clenched fist on one side of his chest and then slightly rotate his torso. Juan.
Would that be duck under?
No.
Bushido, I didn't duck under?
That's really close though. No.
Oh, come on.
I reset the buzzer. Dave.
Bushido.
That's Bushido. I did not hold that same-sided grip for longer than 5 seconds.
Because remember, I used the same-sided grip as the example, and I told you it's not going to be on the questions.
That's right. I forgot.
All right, Scotty, do you want to try?
And read it again.
I'll give a hint so everyone gets Scotty gets the first choice. You guys can buzz in, but Scotty gets the first choice. Yeah. First choice and chance it in attempting. It's a new Shido rule. It's a completely new Shido rule. All right. So it's a new signal. Okay. Bring both hands into a clenched fist on one side of his chest and then slightly rotate his torso.
I know this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Juan?
I don't know.
Dave?
Go ahead, Dave. Try.
Okay. That's Bushido. I did not do reverse Seonagi.
Yes.
Oh.
That is reverse Seonagi.
God.
So it's like this.
I did not picture that. I did not picture that. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. Man.
Okay. Question 12. This is the last question for the segment. Bring hand in a close fist, the little part of the finger in contact with the temple. I'll give another hint. It's another one of the new ones, and someone mentioned it already.
Wait, read it again.
Dave, let's give Dave. Go ahead.
That's Bushido. I did not fix my hair.
Yes.
No, because I don't know. I've never seen him do this. I've never seen him do this right here. It's always this.
It's this.
It's this. Yeah.
It's like pinky to the temple.
It's not this. I'm not sipping tea on my temple.
All right. So that's the end of segment 2. Dave is still ahead with 11 points, Juan with 3, and Scotty with 2.
Yeah.
At least I'm on the board.
Let's go. Come on.
At least I'm on the board.
Let's go on to Juan next. Juan, you want to talk about your reflection on this past year and what your goals are for next year?
My reflection of this past year is we've done this great podcast. We're doing a lot of different things. We've done a lot more interviews like we wanted to do this year. We always want to do more interviews, but we're always looking for more interesting things to talk about also. So we're just keep doing this great show that we've been producing, but we hope the quality stays well and stuff stays good. And I just hope the show continue as long as we can. As long as there's judo stuff out there to talk about, we're going to talk about it. And now that we've been doing this show for 3 years, or going to be 3 years, we're going to start talking about stuff over again because we'll have reflections because we talk about like, hey, you want to talk about this discussion?
I remember talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, we talked about that already. It's like, Anthony, it's going to be 3 years now. We're going to have reflections on different things. So like, that's what the show, that's my thing I want to happen. And then me personally, just with tournaments coming back to California or having more tournaments regularly, because of I'm forwarding now. So I go only to a few tournaments a year, So I usually only go to a Golden State Open, California State Games, Winter Nationals. Sometimes I go to USA Nationals and stuff. So I usually only go to 4 to 5 tournaments a year. So now that they're coming back, my goal is to compete again. And by the time this thing will come out, I will be already compete at Winter Nationals. So we'll see how I do there. I'm competing this year at 90 kilos at the age bracket is 35 to 45. I'm competing at this year. So let's see how I do. I've been done a judo tournament almost 3 years now. And another little goal for me is, since someone know I do catch wrestling on the side for fun, I'm actually going to do a catch wrestling meet sometimes next year. Like I helped a friend out, do his first one. I was a ref. Now this next one we're going to do, I'm actually be a competitor. I wonder if I'd be reffing and competing. That'd be interesting. I count the pin for myself. Pin.
All right. That's great.
Juan, did you ever do any professional wrestling?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay. I when you said catch wrestling, I only know the people that I've come across in my life that did catch were either guys in MMA or professional wrestlers. So I just went with professional. I don't know. You seem like somebody that would have had exposure to professional wrestling. So you did a circuit?
Yeah. So I didn't do a circuit like back in, I'm from the Bay Area. Like I'm from San Francisco Bay, San Jose to be exact. And out there's APW is the big major minor promotion out there and stuff. But
yeah, of course.
When I was in college, I learned how to do some pro wrestling. I did some on the side. So I technically am professional wrestler. Yeah. But I've done on the side for extra money and stuff. So I know how to do things. I was a high flyer technical guy, I guess we'd call it.
Not a luchador though, right?
I had 2 personas. Like my regular persona was the Great Juan, which is pretty much just me amped up. And then for fun, I did Autoro Fuerte, which was a blue demon mask and a blue uniform. And it was just my goofy character. I would just do the goofiest, funny things. Like I would do a spot where people will stomp on my back and I'll just bounce on the mat up and down. And then they would stop and I'll keep bouncing up and down stuff. Yeah.
But wrestling doesn't do enough of that. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I don't really watch it anymore, but I'm a child of the 80s and 90s. So I love wrestling. That kind of stuff. Just, it's not done like it used to. It's classic.
A little fun fact for me. Me and my best friend Matt, we used to be a tag team. Because he's Chinese, I'm Mexican. Our tag team was Spanish Rice.
I love it.
My thing for was we're Spanish Rice because he's vicious and I'm delicious.
Oh my God.
That's brilliant.
Oh man, you should have talked about it when Rossi Rascal was on.
I think me and him talked about it a little bit individually. We talked about it, but he's gone further than I did. With me, I had a path of did I want to become a pro wrestler, MMA fighter, or MMA fighter kickboxer, or become an actor? And I chose the acting route. So, and here I am today.
Yeah,
doing a judo podcast.
But yeah, the podcast, like you said, is going on 3 years. So as we're going farther, I do want to reflect on a lot of the stuff that we're doing because I started when I was a brown belt. So now that I'm Shodan, I think things have changed.
All right. So what's the next thing?
The third segment is called You Don't Know What I'm Thinking. Okay. So I kind of explained it before to you guys before recording, but basically I'm going to give a topic out and there's going to be a list of answers. I'll give an example, which is kind of related to the first question anyway. Like, let's say list like 3 cities that has hosted the Olympics, for example. So you'd have to only list 3 cities that have ever hosted the Olympics. But the twist is, if someone else names the same thing within the 3 of you, you do not get a point for it. So you don't want to name something obvious like Tokyo, because if everyone named Tokyo, then obviously you're not going to get the point. So you want to name like the hard ones, right? But then if it's too hard and someone else might know the too hard one, the too difficult one, then it's kind of a mind game, right? So
this is when we have to type it down. Yeah, this was a typing one.
For this particular segment, I actually wrote down here to remind myself. Scotty's going to get 4 points for it because it's
come on.
It's really hard. It's going to be really hard for him. Okay.
So do I have to type it in first and then buzz?
So this is not a buzzer. This is not a buzzer.
Okay. So if I have to type in the text entry box there, or
yes, in a text entry box, I'm going to read the question and then you're going to type in the answers and then I'm going to like go through them one by one. There's no buzzing required. All right.
No buzzing required. All right. Okay. So you can see this what I'm typing right now.
Yes, I can see it. I can even clear your text. So yeah, I'm clearing what wants. Oh,
can you see what I'm typing right now?
I saw it and almost kicked you actually. There's a little trash can icon. I thought it was to clear the text entry, but it's actually to kick you. Okay. Ready. Question 1. List 3 Grand Slam stops in the year 2022. Because we're at the end, almost the end. There's only really one more Grand Slam that's going to happen. So list 3 Grand Slam stops in the 2022.
Boy, like I said, this year I've kind of.
So remember, Grand Slam, not Grand Prix.
Yeah, right, Grand Slam.
It's really interesting seeing you guys type these out.
I think mine are
totally
wrong.
guessing.
One, I can understand what you're writing, so don't worry about that.
I know. God.
All right, time's up. Everyone has their answers. So Dave said Eka. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ekaterinburg.
Katerinburg, and I think that's incorrect.
Yeah, that's not correct. That's not correct.
That's Russia.
And then you said Tbilisi, which is correct, and you get 1 point for it because no one else said Tbilisi, Georgia. So 1 point here, and then the last one's Tel Aviv, which is also correct. No one said Tel Aviv.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if sure if Tel Aviv got it bumped up to a Grand Slam, but
it was Grand Slam. Yep, Grand Slam. Okay, Juan said Paris and Tokyo, and that's both of what Scotty said. So, so no points there. And then he also said,
"I'm stunned that even."
What was Dubai this year? Did Dubai have one, or was
Abu Dhabi did?
Abu Dhabi did. So you were close. So you said Dubai for the third one, so that's not correct.
No, I meant Dubai. I mean Abu Dhabi. I meant Abu Dhabi.
No.
I meant Abu Dhabi.
1 point for me.
No,
and I meant Paris instead of Ekaterinburg too. So.
No, Scotty, no point for you because you said Uzbekistan City, which is
no. But you know what I mean, like the city.
No. It's not even the right country. So,
wait, which one am I thinking of?
I think you're thinking of Azerbaijan.
Yeah,
that's the closest.
Okay, that's 1 point.
There was a Baku Grand Slam.
Yes. So I'll name all the cities out. All right, Paris, France; Tel Aviv, Israel; Antalya, Turkey; Tbilisi, Georgia; Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia; Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates.
United States, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Baku, Azerbaijan, and Tokyo, Japan is the one that's coming up in December. All right. Mm-hmm. So those are the ones. So
what about Florida?
I got one.
Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. Those were that was the first one. That was kind of fun. So then the next one, there's only 5 answers. All right. So there's only 5 possible answers. So I'll give you that hint since we kind of struggled earlier with this type of question. Question 2, types of nagewaza and nage no kata.
Types of nagewaza and nage no kata.
So basically the 5 sections of the nage no kata.
Now, did you mean the techniques themselves, or did you mean the
classifications?
The
classifications. The 5 sections of the Nage no Kata.
Okay.
Okay, Juan, last 10 seconds.
I give up.
All right. Juan is giving up. Okay. Dave put Koshiwaza, Ashiwaza, and Teiwaza, which are is all correct, but Ashiwaza was mentioned by Scotty. So Dave gets 2 points, and Scotty doesn't get any points because you put down the Ashiwaza was canceled out with Dave, and then you said Newaza and Tachiwaza, which is not part of the Nage no Kata.
Yeah, you have the Sutemi Waza and
give me a point for trying.
No,
Sutemi Waza and Yoko Sutemi Waza. Yeah.
So as Dave said, the first section of the Nage no Kata is the Teiwaza, the hand techniques. Second section is the Koshiwaza, the hip techniques. Third section is the Ashiwaza, the foot techniques. Fourth section, Masutemi Waza, which is the backwards sacrifice techniques. And then the last section is Yoko Sutemi Waza, which is the side sacrifice techniques. Okay. Now it's a little bit, things are going to get a little bit easier for a bit. All right. So question 3, name 3 Ashiwazas. So name 3 foot leg techniques. Come on, orange belt.
There, I got
orange belt. You should know some.
I'm trying to think mine's really totally blanking right now.
Watching you guys delete.
I'm done. I got mine. I got my 3. I don't think anybody's.
All right, last 10 seconds. 10 seconds. All right, time's up. Too late. Okay. I was trying to help you as much as I could. All right. So Dave put Okuri Ashibarai, which is perfect. That was 1 point for that. And then Deashi Barai, which is mentioned by both Juan and Scotty, so no points for that. And then Sasai, which is really interesting because someone else typed Sasai but then deleted it. So
that was me.
Yeah, so Dave gets 2 points. You could have knocked Dave out's point. So Scotty, you could have put it down to prevent him to get that point, even if you think you're aiming too high. I was like, you're aiming too high.
I thought for sure somebody would have said Osotogari and Uchimata. That's why I changed my answer.
Actually, I messed up. One actually said Okuri too, so you only get 1 point.
Oh, haha.
Okay. Yeah.
I should have. This is just like when I gamble. Like I should have just stuck with my original picks and then not change it.
One says Deashi, Okuriashi, and Hizaguruma. So that's all canceled out between Dave and Scotty. Scotty just put down 2 answers.
Hizaguruma, very good one.
I'm trying to put this. I was trying to think of a good third one. Be like,
that's a good third one.
Don't think of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Scotty put down Deashi and Hiza, so no points for him either. All right.
Because he takes my class. That's why.
All right. Question 4. Same thing, but Koshiwaza, hip techniques.
This is a tougher category. There's actually not that many Koshiwaza techniques. So I'm trying to be sneaky here.
Scotty, no. You can't do that.
Counts.
No. Scotty, no. What did you write down, Scotty? I can't think of a third one right now. I got 2 good ones, I think. One good one, 1 bad one.
20 seconds.
Ask me these I'm going to feel on the spot here.
Hopefully it motivates you to study more. Last 10 seconds.
It's the competition. It's got me blanking.
Gotta perform under pressure. All right, time. Time. Should have just put something down. Okay, so Dave says Sode Suriku Mugoshi. Juan also put Sode Suriku Mugoshi. No points for that. Harai Goshi. Nobody said Harai Goshi. So that's
good.
1.
Well, I'm surprised. Yep. I thought that would have been everybody's first pick.
Koshiguruma. Nobody said Koshiguruma.
I knew I was going to get that one.
Okay. Juan said Uki. Juan said Ukigoshi, which is no one said that. So that's good. Olgoshi, which Scotty said, so it cancels out.
And he also Scotty.
Sode Surimukogoshi, that's cancels out with Dave.
Hey, I get a point for my second answer.
No, Scotty put Ogoshi and left side Ogoshi. I told him left
side Ogoshi. Is that still Ogoshi?
Okay. Question 5. So now it's going to be Teiwaza, hand techniques. Why are you putting down Newaza techniques?
Dude,
That's an arm.
I'm blanking over here.
I bet you's arm bar, isn't it? I bet you's arm bar.
Yeah. Let's start with Scotty. Okay. So Scotty said Tayotoshi, which all three of you mentioned. So that's X crossed out.
That's what I regret. I regretted. I wanted to put something else down.
Juji Gatame, which is an arm bar, which it's not
1 point.
It's an arm technique.
Yeah. And then Kesa Gatame, which is also a Osaikomi one.
You're using your hands though. So
no points for Scotty. So Juan Tayotoshi, already mentioned by Dave. Ukiotoshi, which is also mentioned by Dave.
Yeah.
And, what's the last one you said? I can't.
Sukeshi.
Oh, Ushimata. Yeah, Sukashi. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll give you that one. Okay. So Dave said Tayotoshi and Ukiotoshi, which was crossed out with Juan's. And then Eri Seoinage. No one says Seoinage. So even if I didn't count that, it would have counted. So, all right. Next question. I literally just mentioned it. So, Osaikomi Waza. Osaikomi Waza, which is pins.
Oh man, I already got that.
But you got to remember the one you're mentioning, they're all probably going to type it out. But then they might feel pity for you and not type it out. So,
I got 3, but I'm going to keep going.
No, you keep going for there's
You only got 3. You only got 3.
Anthony, what's the S pin? What's that S pin called now?
The S pin?
Yeah, the S pin.
Okay, I'll help you out for this one since it was murdering you guys. Uki Katame.
What?
Uki Katame.
Okay.
Uki.
I put that one down.
Uki Katame.
Okay, Uki.
Yeah.
hey! Don't put that one down now.
Yeah, dude, that's the one you want to put down.
No. I'll put something else down.
I mean, you could.
How many questions are in this section?
10.
10?
Yeah. So we're on number 7 right now. Number 6 right now.
Oh shit! I totally messed up. Where did I mess up on that?
All right. Yeah, so whatever. Dave put down Kata Katame, which is mentioned by Scotty.
What?
Knocked down. And then Ushiro Kesa Katame, which
I put down Ushiro also.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I thought you put that down, but I couldn't read it.
Oh, yeah. I messed up.
Yeah. And then Kazure Kamishio Katame, which no one mentioned. So Dave gets 1 point.
Thank God.
I'm on the board.
Juan got Tateshio Katame and that was and Uki Katame. So I'll give Juan 2 points. And then Scotty, Kesa Katame and Yokushio Katame. 2 points for Scotty.
2 points for Scotty.
No.
So that would be 6 in total
6
for him?
Yeah, 6 points. 1.
Oh, Scotty on the board with 6.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So Scotty got 6 points. Okay. So right now, Scotty's 1 point ahead of Juan just from that one question.
I take that 1 point. Take that. No. No, in this round, he only got 2 points. Remember? No, he didn't get 6. He got 2 points in this round.
Okay. So Kansetsu Waza, that's the next one. So after this one, there's one more technique based one, and then we could submit 2 more harder ones. Kansetsu Waza is joint lock techniques.
All right, I got this.
So
I have the good one. I'm gonna steal.
I'll start with Juan. So Juan says Juji Katame, which only he mentioned. So you got 1 point for that. Juji Katame is armbar, which Scotty should know. I'm ashamed of you. Waki Katame, which Dave mentioned, and then Kimura, which is Udegarami, which is both Dave and Scotty mentioned. So Scotty gets no points. Juan only gets 1. And Dave, the last one nobody mentioned was Hizagatame. So that's a 1 point for Dave.
I was thinking Hizagatame.
Yeah, right.
I was like, Rizatame.
Scotty, you're gonna.
I was focused on my phone not dying, so that's my excuse.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me see your floor right now. Let me look at your desk real quick.
This is the last technique-based question. It's question 8. Kinshi Waza, the band techniques, and I'm talking about band and IJF. All right, not just in the Kodokan band techniques group.
Like band?
Yeah, techniques you cannot do in competition. But
but that also includes the traditionally banned techniques, right?
Yes, includes that. Okay, so
all right.
I'm not looking for like I'll just say it straight up. You can't, if you say leg grabs, you have to say the leg grab technique. You can't just say leg grabs.
Yeah. Right. You can't say leg grabs, which
Is this right? Am I doing it right?
Yeah. I'll allow you to say those.
Damn, I know what he said then. Damn, I gotta change my answer. I know exactly one thing he said at least.
What is that third one that I'm trying to think of that's been banned forever?
Let's start with Scotty. He says double leg, ankle pick, and single leg. So double leg, Murotagari. Nobody mentioned that, right? So 3 points. 1, 2.
Damn right.
And then ankle pick is Kibisugaeshi. Okay,
Yeah.
so nobody said that, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And then single leg, which is technically Kuchiki Taoshi, depending on what kind of single leg you do. So it's 1, 2, 3. So he's in
the lead
up.
now.
No, he's not. He's not. No, he's not. David's still in the lead by like quite a few points. Okay?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Juan said reverse Seoinage, so I'll give 1 point for that. And Kani Basami, nobody said that. That's another point. And Ashigarami, which Dave said, so no point for that.
Oh, come on.
Black belts are gonna like. Black belts are gonna like.
So,
yeah, I really thought that one. It's like, okay, Kani Basami for sure. And certainly leg grabs of different types, but
yep. So Dave gets points for dojime or trunk lock, and then flying armbar, Tobi Juji Katame. Okay, so it's 2 points. Okay, that's the last technique question. All right, this one's gonna be pretty hard. Next one's gonna be pretty hard.
all right.
They've all been hard.
Okay. Americans that have medaled in the Olympics.
Mine was tight first, so I win.
Americans that have medaled in the Olympics. American judokas, sorry, to clarify, not just any American.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't go with the obvious ones. I mean, okay.
Because the obvious ones is what Scotty's going to try and knock you guys out with.
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
If you don't name it, he gets points for it. You remember, he gets 3 points.
Yeah,
Closing in on you.
I think gotta do one obvious one at least. One good obvious one.
Delete her name. That's mine.
Her. Which her is it? Why not? I think I got my ones. I hope you get the first one. I cannot remember his real name, but
Somewhere I got it.
No, I know who you're talking about. I was actually reading about him yesterday. It was really interesting.
Amazing story, man. He has an amazing story.
Okay. You guys setting in your answers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my 3. If somebody names the first one I got, I'd be
okay.
They should be the first name, but
yeah. So the first one is Jim's Bregman. Nobody named that, so I'll give you 1 point for that.
Thank God. All right, that's what I figured.
Jimmy Pedro. So Scotty named that, and then Jason Morris. Nobody named that, so that's
good one.
I also named Jimmy Pedro.
Yeah, you didn't get a point for Jimmy Pedro.
Oh, okay, yeah,
because Scotty named it. Let me look up the name of the guy that.
Well, I thought nobody gets points if 2 people name the same name.
You didn't get points for Jimmy Pedro. You got points for Jason Morris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. One named Bad News Brown, which is Alan Koag.
Alan Koag.
Koag.
Is it? Yeah. I thought about naming him one, but yeah.
So he's like a wrestler. I didn't know that. I was reading about him.
Yep. Supposedly he was the only man that Andre Giant was scared of. He was the only one that Andre was scared of.
The story was Andre the Giant said something racist and
called him the N-word on a bus ride. Yeah,
and he ended up like saying, "Let's go outside and fight." And then Andre the Giant didn't move and just apologized. So that was the story I read. So that's 1 point for Brown. For Juan.
1 point for Brown, yes.
Mike Swain. Nobody mentioned that, so that's another point.
Wait. Mike Swain medaled in the Olympics. Are you sure about that? Yes. I thought he won a world championship, but did not.
No, he medaled.
God, how did I not know that?
Yeah, I believe he got was it bronze? I believe
it's a bronze medal.
Did he get a bronze?
Mike Swain. I'm gonna name all the achievements after this. So and then Kayla Harrison, which Scotty named, so no point.
Yeah,
for that.
Take that. Yeah. Take that away from you. All right.
So Scotty got Ronda Rousey right. That was.
So you got 1 point. You got 1 point there. Not 3. You got
points. 1, 2,
3.
Okay. So here's the Americans that have medal in the Olympics, right? No, in Wikipedia order. Okay. Ed Liddy. He's the current USA Judo head of the promotion board or whatever. Yep. Bronze in the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. Mm-hmm. Kevin Asano, silver, 1988 Seoul Olympics. Mike Swain, bronze, 1988 Seoul Olympics. Jimmy Pedro, bronze in the 1996 Atlanta Olympics and bronze in 2004 Athens. Yeah. Yep. Jason Morris, silver, 1992 Barcelona. Travis Stevens, silver, 2016 Rio. Jim Bregman, bronze, 1964 Tokyo. Bobby Berlin, silver, 1984 LA. Alan Koch, bronze, 1976 Montreal. Marty Malloy, bronze, 2012 London. Ronda Rousey, bronze, 2008 Beijing. Kayla Harrison, gold, 2012 London, and gold, 2016 Rio. So those are our 12 Americans who have medaled in judo in the Olympics. Okay. All right. So the last question for this section. Name Scotty, if you get this, I'll give you 5 points.
Oh, come on.
You can't do that.
Actually, I'm kidding. I'll stick to 3. Okay. So you guys might want to consider naming the obvious ones to stop them, basically. But because the last section I already told you guys what the last section is, and he can guess it pretty much, right? So just some advice from me, all right? Okay. Last question, official Kodokan kata. There are currently 9 official Kodokan katas. Okay. And one of them was actually created recently. So there's a little tip.
Oh, what is that new one called? I know exactly what it is too. Oh, I know exactly. Oh, I got it.
Come on, Scotty. Name one more. Do you know at least one more that we were talking about this whole episode so far?
I don't know.
I put 2 obvious ones to block any potential.
This is what I got.
Seriously? Okay. All right.
That's man. Got. Okay.
So he said Juno Kata, which got blocked by Juan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Juan.
He did not. He totally forgot about Nagino Kata. So Dave and Juan just profited from naming Nagino. Well, they cancel each other out, but they would cancel each other out. Nagino Kata. Yeah. So nobody got Nagino Kata. Katame no Kata, which Dave gets a point for Katame no Kata. Mm-hmm. And then Kodomo no Kata, that's the children's kata that was created recently with in a joint venture with the French Judo Federation. So Dave gets another point for the Kodomo no Kata. And Juan gets a point for the Goshin Jutsu, forms of self-defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone forgets about the jiu-jitsu.
Okay, so
that's probably next for you, Juan, right? I mean, you got to learn that at some point, I would think, for your 4th, at some point in the next couple of years.
I have to learn that for my 5th.
For your 5th? Okay.
Yeah.
So the 9 official recognized Kodokan kata are Nagino kata, the forms of throwing. That's the one you should have known, Scotty. We were talking about this whole episode. 2, the Katame no Kata, the forms of holding or grappling. 3, Kime no Kata, forms of decisive techniques. 4, Ju no Kata, forms of gentleness and flexibility. 5, the Kodokan Goshin Jutsu, the forms of self-defense. Itsusu no Kata is the 6th one, forms of the 5. Koshiki no Kata, forms of classic. That's Kano's favorite kata, actually. It's from his one of his old school jiu-jitsu schools. Number 8 is Seiryoku Zenyo Kokumin Taiku kata, which is the forms of maximum efficiency national physical education kata. That kata was made to be used in schools.
That's when they pull out the taiko drums and it's
is it? I've never seen it before.
No, I don't think I've seen that kata. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up after this.
I should look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one is the Kodomo kata, the children's kata that was created, like I said. All right. So, and this the third section. Dave has 15, 20, 27 points. Dave has 27 points. Juan has 13. Scotty has 20. So Scotty's,
all right, I won.
No, there's one more last section.
So, there's a section. Oh, okay. There's one more section.
There's one more section, but before that, Dave, it's your turn to talk about your reflecting on the last year and your goals.
So, well, as I mentioned earlier, at least I think I mentioned it earlier, I've started teaching judo at my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu club, Z-Crow Academy in Marianna, Florida. Now you all know where I live. Don't go hunting public records to see where I live and don't do that. But
just find them at the gym, guys. Just find them at the gym. Yeah,
exactly. So I'm very proud to be part of Z-Crow Academy. It's a wonderful club. It's a very, when I moved up here, I wanted to ingrain myself in the community in a way that I couldn't really do in Tampa, because Tampa Bay's got millions of people, but this is a very small. It's technically a city, but it's a small town. I wanted to give back in my own way, and the jiu-jitsu instructor there, Jordan, he gave me an opportunity to teach judo to the kids there. Really, I do focus it more for Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but but I do, I really love teaching. I was telling you guys this before we officially started that I didn't think I would enjoy teaching kids. I wanted to really teach the adults, and then Jordan was like, well, want you to teach the kids. I was like, but I absolutely love teaching the kids. I was telling you guys that.
Blink twice if you have a gun behind you right now.
Yeah. No, you know what it is as I mentioned before, I have 2 adult children, and my stepdaughter is 18 and my other one is 17. So it gives me, I really feel like a dad all over again to young kids. And those were ages that were always fun, but I don't have the responsibility of raising them at home. Just bring them to the club, and I could be the fun sensei. We play games. We have them teach judo, and we actually do. I teach the kids some basic judo gripping that has given them advantages in the jiu-jitsu competitions. I know a lot of the kids cleaned up at the competition over this past weekend down in Kissimmee. I did not go down there because it sounds terrible. I'm not going to drive 5 hours from where I live to root. If I'm going to compete, that's one thing. So, and speaking of which, so that was basically what I set out to do this year. I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu probably for over 4 years now. I'm aimed for next year. I'm definitely aiming to test for purple. I don't really see why. I'm not putting words in my instructor's mouth or anything like that. But honestly, I don't see why I couldn't test for purple. I feel confident in my ability.
Tests?
Yes, okay. They do. And I think it's a good thing. I think testing's a good thing. I know some people, there's mixed opinions on that, even within the BJJ community, but there's a set curriculum, just like in judo, that they have to pass. And I think it's a good thing that I can say, I earned this because I passed this test, and nobody can take that away from you. It's not, it's not opinion based. You have a test to pass, and that's what I'm looking to do. Probably in about a year from now. And, but my jiu-jitsu game's coming along really nicely. Like I'm at a point, I'm doing jiu-jitsu in a similar way that I do judo, which is just really reacting. There's submissions that I pull off that I'm like, I don't really know what it's called. It just seemed like the right thing to do at the right time. like the other night, my instructor was like, "Oh yeah, you did this. I don't know what he called it. I think worm guard or something like that." I'm like, I don't know what that is. I just put my foot over here and pulled on the lapel because like it just made sense to do that. So it's really nice to have my jiu-jitsu game and my newaza. Really, to me, I was telling this to somebody the other night that it's all judo to me. It really jiu-jitsu is just judo to me. It's just done under different rules, and I'm developing different skills. So it's really just all judo to me, and it's really just all grappling. So I don't think of it as it's just an extension of what I've been doing for years. For I'm entering my 17th year next year in judo, so it's just an extension of what I do in judo. The biggest difference is just the different guards. That is really non-existent in judo. And it's not, I shouldn't say non-existent. They're just not taught because it doesn't make sense to do those particular guards in judo tournaments. You never, exactly. you could sit there, you could do judo for the next 20 years and not see one formal lesson in the De La Riva guard or spider guard. It's just not done in judo. There's different rules, but it's still, when I do those guards, even though it's killing my hands and giving me arthritis, like you wouldn't believe, I like those guards. I like the creativity of jiu-jitsu. And I enjoy it immensely. It's a lot of fun. I got a great group, great training partners there, and I'm very happy to be a part of that club. I miss the old club in Tampa, but I really feel this club's really special. We're doing special things locally.
So what you're saying is for 2023, your plan is to betray judo and join BJJ.
Well, sadly, I hate to say it, between the pandemic and moving and stuff, I've done more jiu-jitsu than specific judo. Cause it's hard for me where I live. I actually live in Central Time Zone. So if I wanted to get the closest judo club, I think for me in Florida is over in Tallahassee. So so I have to drive not only 60, 70 miles east, but into a different time zone. So I lose an hour going east. Mm-hmm. And then it's great coming home, but getting there, I have to stop work I would have to actually leave work locally at 3:45 or stop working it because I work from home, but stop working at 3:45 just to make a 6 o'clock class. And it's only an hour, 15-minute drive for me. So
that's how far I drive to Hollywood almost every day. So
an hour and 15.
Yeah.
No, because it's LA
That's
traffic.
Insane.
It's LA traffic. It's not hour 15. It's like 45 minutes. He's exaggerating.
No, it's not 45 minutes. It's in rush hour. It's at least an hour. Trust me.
That's crazy. My jiu-jitsu club's 5 minutes away. And I love it. It's great.
Yep. I love what you said about jiu-jitsu. I did recently find I do more creative stuff on the ground, but I totally don't do all the guards you mentioned because my fingers do hurt and I do want to be able to not have arthritis. So.
Yeah. I finally started taping in a very aggressive way, my fingers, and it helps somewhat, but like I said, I'll be 48 in a couple of months, and all the years of gripping in judo have definitely caught up with me. But jiu-jitsu has killed my fingers. I really should have been taping, 10 years ago. Scotty, if you're not taping, you should tape. You really should tape because you never know what you end up doing 20 years from now. You look like a young guy. You look to be in your mid-20s, but you never know how long you stick around this sport, and you want to be as protected as possible. There's no medals for grinding it out and toughing it out and being broken 20 years down the road. So tape your fingers. I highly recommend it.
I've never done any taping. I wear knee pads. That's what I go for.
That's funny. I've never worn knee pads in judo or jiu-jitsu, not once. I've been very fortunate. I've never had a knee injury. I've had other serious injuries, but never my knees. Thankfully.
You don't do drop throws, right, Dave?
No, I stopped doing drop throws 12 years ago. Like I threw some 15-year-old kid with a Seoi Itoshi, and he kind of hurt his shoulder. It didn't break or anything, but it got bruised up. And I was like, you know what? Real men do Seoinage standing up. So I decided to do Seoinage standing up. And I got a good Seoinage standing up.
Yeah.
So, dropping
Seoinage standing up. I like
that's kind of how I feel. And plus, as you guys know, since you're all experienced, when you do a drop throw, that's an all or nothing throw. Mm-hmm. And for me, when I do Seoinage on my feet, if I'm blocked with my hips, I just got Osotogari, and I can go back and forth with Osotogari and Seoinage, all day, really. And that's one of my staple combinations.
Yeah, I think a really outlier case of what you said would basically be some people are fast and nimble enough to do a Seoi Toshi and then switch to a Kochi Makikomi somehow.
Yeah, those days,
I can't do that.
Yeah, 10 years ago I could do that, or maybe 12 years ago I could do that. But once I crossed 39 or so, those days were done. Juan, you said you hit 40.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me tell you, every 2 years you will get noticeably slower.
Oh yeah, I feel it already.
I'm his main training partner, and I feel it already.
Yeah, but you're gonna notice it's gonna drop off a cliff.
Yeah,
a cliff for you. I wish I was as fast at 45, at 48 that I was at 46. I notice a big difference.
It is what it is. We get slower, but Anthony always says I'm getting more aggressive now. Like
you are making it more aggressive. You are.
Yeah. Like I threw you with something really weird the other day where it's like I was all or nothing, Anthony. I'm sorry.
You kicked my shin with your heel. That's what you did.
That was the other week. That was last week. I'm talking about 2 weeks ago when I got you with like that crazy almost like reverse Seoinage almost I did too.
Yes. Some Udagaishi. It was.
Yeah, I did Udagaishi almost 2 years.
Which is illegal.
The sad reality, I say it all the time, Father Time is undefeated. And it's just a reality that we face. So I've tapered the way that I do randori. I mean, I still do randori. I've just tapered it a different way. I'm very particular about who I train with, and they have to train the right way. And if they don't, I'm just not going to train with them. And same with jiu-jitsu. You get this, you get a 220-pound white belt. I'm not going to roll with you until I've seen what you do. It's not because I can't do it, but it's just, you get a 220-pound guy that's in their early 20s. I was talking about this. We got a boxing coach at my club who boxed professionally. He's professionally ranked, and we were talking about this. And newbies coming into judo or jiu-jitsu, it's not sparring is a skill. You guys have had Tabron on your show. I talk with Tabron every once in a while. He said this perfectly. Sparring and randori is a skill in of itself. And new guys, when they come in, they're not sparring, they're fighting. They're fighting for their lives. So I don't go with guys that just straight out fight and they don't know what they're doing. Because like I said, I had my ribs busted two months ago.
Oh my God.
And
I heard about that.
Yeah, it was worst pain I've ever had. Second worst pain I've ever had, but not the worst injury. I'm back doing, I'm already back doing randori and taking throws. Just
so I know someone asked you what the worst pain was. They were just curious. Did you ever respond to that comment? I don't know.
Yeah, I did. I went through a glass window when I was a kid.
Oh,
yeah, that was pretty horrific. I actually got parts on my arm that are numb that from 40 years later.
Nerve damage.
Nerve damage. Yeah. Like I could touch it with my finger and I could feel the sensation on my finger, but not on my arm. So in some parts. So yeah, that was the absolute worst. A bloody mess. It was awful. Happened in 1983, 84. Yeah. 83. Yeah.
That's before I was born. So
yeah.
Sorry, I had to remind you.
Yeah, I know, but I don't mind. I'm living my best life. The 40s have been awesome for me, except physically, other than the physical decline and losing speed. 40s are great. The 40s have been fantastic for me. I can't complain.
All right. So with that said, she was on to the last section that we have. So the section is called Judo or BJJ. All right. Okay. So again, no buzzing, no buzzing. Type into the text box. I'm going to read a quote, And then you're going to have to guess whether it's a judoka, a famous judoka who said it, or a famous BJJ person.
Do we have to guess the person itself, or just
no,
judo?
Just judo or BJJ. That's why I said you guys might want to block Scotty, because I think he's got 50% half and half chance of getting it right or wrong. So
I think I said earlier, anything that says like you're just a shark and a predator in the ocean, that's definitely jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. So Scotty, for this section, you're only going to get 2 points. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ready. Question 1. Walk a single path, becoming neither cocky with victory nor broken with defeat, without forgetting caution when all is quiet, or become frightened when danger threatens. Okay, that's the easy one.
All right. Well,
everyone said
judo. Got it wrong.
Everyone said judo, so everyone's correct.
All right, there you go.
That was Jigoro Kano said that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I know this quote from somewhere. Yeah. I believe I've read it before in a book.
You know what? It was too long. If it can't fit in the meme, it's probably judo.
All right.
It sounded like haiku, so I was like, that's very Japanese. So.
Yeah.
So these quotes get harder as in my mind, it gets harder as we go. All right. Question 2. A black belt only covers 2 inches of your ass. You have to cover the rest.
I'm probably going to get this wrong.
All right. Questions are in. It was BJJ. It was Hoist Gracie.
I thought that was an older saying than that. I got it wrong. I got that wrong.
All right. Okay. Question 3. I'm going to say blank in some of them because it mentions the actual art. So I'm not going
to. Okay.
Blank is like a philosophy. It helps me learn how to face life.
Blank. So
you just cleared mine.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was from before. Sorry.
I just cleared it.
Okay. Answers are in. Final answers. That was Helio Gracie. Oh. So it was just only Dave got it right.
See, look at me. I got it. Look right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you deleted the answer.
All right. Question 4. If there's effort, there's always accomplishment. Is that all you're going to type, Juan?
Yeah, you should know what it means.
Yeah, I know, but you can't. Now, if you got the answer wrong, then you can't say, "Oh, there's a J in both of them."
Yeah.
All right.
I put down Sambo. Okay.
Okay, that was Jigoro Kano, so that was judo. Everyone got that right.
All right.
Okay. Question 5. Do not place hope in finding a secret technique. Polish the mind through ceaseless training. That is the key to effective techniques.
I think I got this wrong, but I'm sticking with it.
Okay. You all got that right. That was Mifune.
Oh, okay. All right.
That sounds like a judo player saying right there. That sounds
things. And you can't fit it on a meme. So it's too long.
It sounded like a white belt said it.
Yeah.
It sounded like a white belt said it.
Say it to his face. All right. Number 6. You should never have a power in any area with the purpose of harming someone. I'll say it again. You should never have a power in any area with the purpose of harming someone.
They always harm people over there in jiu-jitsu.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like something they would say to cover their asses.
Yeah, exactly. to protect yourself from a lawsuit.
All right.
I'm changing.
No, you can't. You can't. You gotta change it. No, you can't change it. That was too late. I was all right. So that was Helio Gracie.
Yeah, exactly. That's something they would say like after they break your arm. That's what they break it. Oh, my arm's broken. Well, you should. Philosophy bullshit.
All right. Question 7. Blank teaches us to look for the best possible course of action, whatever the individual circumstances. Okay. That was Jigoro Kano. So only Scotty got it right.
Wow. Yeah. I got that wrong. I
can't apply that to pulling guard in the street.
Yeah.
All right. Question 8. This ability to solve problems under stress is one of the most valuable things I think any human being can have. Yes. So that was John Danaher. Everyone got it right?
Yeah.
Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, his sayings cannot fit on a meme. Every time he talks, it's a thesis.
Number 9. But you were saying how if it can't fit in a meme, it's judo. So
yeah.
All right. Not you. I think it was Scotty that said that, right? Or is it? No, Dave said that.
No, that's what I said. Yeah.
All right. Question 9. The mind, if slackened even a little, will cause defeat. The same as fearing the opponent will make you unable to use full strength.
That's just, I'm going to say, I'm going to go with that one. I think I'm wrong though.
All right. Yeah. That was Mifune, judo.
Oh,
so Juan, Scotty.
I was going to write down sumo.
Yeah. Number 11. Every great memory I have, there was blank involved.
Oh, yeah. That's
that was Henzo Gracie.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone's got Scotty. Come on. No,
I had BJJ. I had BJJ.
There was beer involved. There was a blackout involved.
I'll give you that one. So.
Oh, don't give him that.
I had it sitting there. And then,
no. I don't believe you, young man. I don't believe you, young man.
Your reactions made me question it.
All right. You're making me question giving you the points advantage right now. Question. Did I say I messed up? That was question 10, not 11. That was 10. So question 11. There are no shortcuts because there's no end.
Did you say this one already?
Did I say that?
He did not. No.
Oh no. Okay.
No, definitely
sounds
not.
Similar to another one. All right.
Final answers. No more changing. All right. Okay. That was judo. Only Scotty got that right. That was Mifune.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh man,
that really sounded like a BJJ saying.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah,
right. That's why I said it gets harder. Right?
It was a Newaza saying. That's what it was.
I am not very good at these. Are sayings. I've not heard any of them.
I'm not going to pick the obvious ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 12.
Be like water.
You have to have fear in order to have courage. I'm going to go with my answer because it's using those buzzwords that I typically see online anyway.
Okay. Final answers. All right. Like I said, it's going to get harder, right? That was Ronda Rousey.
Okay. She did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, didn't she?
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't she have a Jiu-Jitsu coach in MMA?
Yeah, but I count her as judo. So Scotty got that.
Did she say it during her MMA career though?
I think it might be in her book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've not read her book.
Yeah.
She's a book?
Yeah.
When she was in UFC, she authored a book.
Okay. This is the last one.
A book.
This is the last one.
Oh shit.
I think it's really obvious, but I really like the quote, so I put it down. For this last question, I'm actually going to make the special case. You have to say who said it for this last quote. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Be gentle, kind, and beautiful, yet firm and strong, both mentally and physically.
I don't know.
I'll give 1 point. I'll give 1 point for the art and a 1 point for who said the quote.
Can you repeat the quote again?
Yep. Be gentle, kind, and beautiful, yet firm and strong, both mentally and physically.
This is going to be a guess because I'm going to guess you made this hard. So the obvious answers. So maybe you made it. Maybe you made it simple. I don't know. I'm going to guess. That's my guess. I'm probably wrong.
Scotty, that's
I tied mine.
Okay. That one was really obviously judo. So, everyone gets at 1 point, including Scotty for it. And that was by Keiko Fukuda. Yep.
I wrote down. That's exactly what I wrote down right there.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to say it out loud. I thought you were going to pick us to say it out loud.
Wait, Juan, did you get that?
No, he did not.
Okay. Who did you guess?
He put down Kimura.
Oh,
can you imagine Kimura saying that?
I guessed Tokyo Hirano. That was my guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scotty didn't guess anything. All right. So that was the last one.
I thought we were saying it out loud. I was going to say,
we're waiting for our turn.
That was right.
You thought, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Final score, Scotty. I'm pretty sure Scotty won just because of off that last section.
Oh my God.
What?
So Dave has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. Dave has 35. Yeah, Scotty has 41. I messed up on that. Yeah,
where's my gold medal?
Juan has 22. So
yeah,
I'm going to say it's kind of my fault. I think in honesty, Dave probably won the whole thing in terms of difficulty. But I gave Scotty too much of a handicap, especially with that last section with the points. If you subtract, divide the points even in half, Dave would have won basically.
And round up to 2, and the square root is.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Scotty. That you well deserved, well earned. That's right. You're going up against Juan. How long you been doing judo?
Shit, about 15, 16 years now.
Yeah, so 16, 32. Anthony, you've been doing judo for what, 8 years?
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going up against 40 years of judo experience combined versus your what?
I'm that meme right now. That guy that got third place.
2 years.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'm the only one remaining.
So Anthony, what is your goal?
That's right. Good question.
Yeah. So
excellent question.
If I think I mentioned it last episode, but I don't remember. I'm basically cramming in my jiu-jitsu tournament in this coming December 17th. I'm driving down to San Diego. I'm going to break 2 of my New Year's resolution, which is learning how to play a song on guitar and competing in the Winter Nationals. So I just realized this week today, actually, I could have went to the Dallas Invitationals to make up for the Winter Nationals, but this is already too late. That happened. So my last resolution that I have is to compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament. So I signed up for one, even though I don't want to drive to San Diego after I come back from a long trip to compete. So that's what I'm going to do. I learned a lot. I don't think I trained as much as I could this year in judo, but due to my work has been ramping up, just like Dave said. Since we both work in the tech industry, things have been just kind of up and down in certain ways. But I did learn a lot of concepts, and especially in terms of coaching and teaching and everything. So that's really interesting me right now. And next year, I'm probably going to dive deeper into that, especially with me taking over the beginners class. But mostly I see the beginners as a guinea pig for my own learning. Because for those who don't know, I really, really love Uchimata. Uchimata is the reason why I started judo. I saw Kosei Inoue do it to Nicholas Gill on YouTube one day, and I just was like, I want to learn how to do that. So I'm always working on Uchimata, but I've only landed a good Uchimata once ever. And it was on someone that was like, how much does Tim weigh on? Like he probably has 50 pounds on me, right? At least. Yeah. So I sent him flying with this beautiful Uchimata and could not recreate it. But I'm using the same training methods that I've been trying for years to try and replicate that Uchimata. And I just don't believe in the traditional Japanese method anymore, which is what I was copying, because I'm like, Kosei Inoue is Japanese. I'm going to copy what he does, how he trains and everything. I bought his DVDs, watched all his YouTube videos. I pick apart every single video of every single of his Uchimata, and I have nothing to show for it other than being able to do a stationary. And
but you have a beautiful Hanagoshi.
I'm not going to get into that argument. So, yeah, so I can do a stationary, but I kind of gave up on doing my Uchimata to look like Kosei because I'm not as strong as him. I don't move like he does. So I'm trying to discover my own Uchimata. And that's my goal for 2023 is I want to make that my Takui Waza, because based off of all the materials I've been reading about coaching and skill acquisition and learning, the theory is anyone, basically, assuming you don't have any disabilities, anyone should be able to learn anything if it was taught in the right way. That's the theory. And I know there's a saying.
I do agree with that.
But there's a saying that says you don't pick your Takui Waza, the Takui Waza picks you. So far, that is true for me. Like my Takui Waza is Taitoshi, Sasai, and Sotogari, those three. And Uchimata, all the tournaments that I've lost is from trying to do Uchimata. All the ones that I've won was when I gave up doing Uchimata and did something else. So I don't care if I lose the whole next year, every single tournament. I'm going to just work on my Uchimata. That's my goal for 2023. So look at Juan shaking his head.
So sad.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing my friends lose. I don't like seeing Anthony lose. And it's funny because he talks about this and he gets so frustrated in class sometimes working on Uchimata. That's a beautiful Haragoshi.
You mean Hanegoshi, which
Hanegoshi.
Sometimes it is a Hanegoshi. Sometimes I will agree that there is a fine line, and sometimes I cross that fine line. So usually it's when I get stuck, then I swap mid-air into a Hane to finish the throw. But for the most part, it is a Uchimata, and I will say that. So. I try to avoid bringing that up this episode, but I guess it's
a little fun thing we go over sometimes.
Yeah. So Juan, you want to wrap things up?
All right. So thank you all for being on the show with us today. I hope everyone out there enjoyed the game show version we did. Hope this doesn't go too long. We have actually edited this down.
We're at around 2 hours. Yeah. 2
hours.
Fellas.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait, Juan. I wanted to bring something up real quick.
All right. Yeah. We're going to bring it
before signing out. I briefly mentioned it to Anthony earlier today because, it was hugely inspiring to me as a kid when it came to martial arts. I don't know if you watched Power Rangers as a kid.
Yes.
I saw that story.
And did you hear about the passing of Jason David Frank?
Yes, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know some people look up to like Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan as their inspiration for martial arts, but Power Rangers was mine. Mm-hmm. So looking up to Jason David Frank was logging it or turning on the TV every Saturday. That was him being there. That was awesome. So
yeah,
I had to mention him.
He had a very interesting career because he got on the show Power Rangers, which is like one thing that I loved growing up and stuff. Like it shows you how old I am. I was like, I think maybe elementary, middle school when Power Rangers first came out.
Yeah.
He was the original Green Ranger, and then he was the White Ranger when he turned good, and they went back to being the Green Ranger again. But, he got a martial art TV show, which like that's great. He fought MMA. I think he had
he had 4 matches and 2 knockouts.
Yeah. So he fought MMA. He had his own gym and stuff. So he had a lot of accomplishments. So when I heard that he passed away, I was like very sad about it. I was like, that's so sad to see someone that had so much accomplishments and stuff. And I don't know what going on in his personal life, depression, something happened. I don't know what happened, but just remember, if you're out there, you can talk to people. Always have someone to talk to if you want to talk. Okay. If you're scared, you want to talk to your family or friends about it. I know people have a little thing about go to a therapist. All right. They're there to listen. All right. So suicide is the way.
Yep. I agree.
Anthony, anything else to add with that?
Yeah. I'm not good with that kind of stuff, but it is sad. I did grow up with Power Rangers, but again, I grew up in Hong Kong. So I watched like the Japanese version, not the Power Rangers, but I did saw clips and bits and pieces of Power Rangers, the American version, and the Green Ranger was definitely the coolest. Like we all got to agree on that.
He stuck around through Power Rangers for a very long time, not just the original series of Mighty Morphin. He came back as Red Ranger or her too, right? Yeah.
He came back.
That was in Turbo.
Almost every time they had a big reunion of like the Power Rangers, like old classes coming together, he was always there in all the reunion stuff, all the reunion episodes every time. So like where the Pink Ranger didn't come back, the Black Ranger didn't come back, the Red Ranger didn't come back, but he always came back all the time. So it's really cool that he always stick with that series, but it's a sad thing. Very sad.
Yeah. The Red Ranger teaches BJJ in LA somewhere, I think.
The original Red Ranger?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a BJJ black belt. Yeah. Huh. So with that, before we leave, I'd like to, for each one of you, we do the interview thing, right? Where we ask you, but I'll let Juan handle it, but we ask you for your walkout song. And like, if you had a judo competition and there's a walkout song that's allowed, what song would you pick? And also I'd like to know which part was your favorite part of this trivia quiz? Like which section, which question?
He's doing like a little review already to see what part you liked.
All right. So Juan, go ahead.
All right. So Scotty, since you're one of our student stuff, if you were to go have a big judo match, MMA match, grappling match, just you're in a stadium, arena, somewhere very big, what would you walk out to?
It's gotta be Blinding Lights by The Weeknd.
Okay. All right.
I've also already come out to that one.
Have you? And what was your favorite part about the game show today that we tried?
Learning the names of some of the tech. I just didn't know some of the things, What I would be interested in is if you did this a year from now and I came back, I would listen to this one again and then see how much better I did.
That's a really good thing to reflect on. I'm sure the listeners can probably use this. Some of the novices can probably come back or use this as a study of their black belt test or something. I don't know.
So Dave, for you, big arena, lights are flashing. You got fireballs coming behind you and stuff. Okay. It's like a pride event we're talking about. Okay. What are you walking out to?
Why Can't We Be Friends by War?
Why can't we be friends? There are some fighters that will come out to that song. I can't remember which one I heard it last to, but some fighters I've seen I've heard that before.
Yeah.
That would Smash Mouth version.
My choice. That would be it would have to be the original. It would have to be the original one.
And what did you enjoy about today's game show?
I really enjoyed the referee section. I learned. That's
Bullshito.
Well, that's Bullshito. I loved it. There's some things that I didn't know, and then some things I was reminded of. So I really enjoyed that section.
All right. And with that, was there anything, Dave, that you would like to promote before we sign off? Like you want to go, oh no, I know Twitter's going on fire right now. Twitter's gonna be around by the end of the month. Who knows?
Yeah.
Your own dojo, anything you like to talk about before we get out of here?
Not much. If you guys want to follow me, I'm at La Vida Judoka on Instagram and Twitter. I'm no longer on Facebook. I just Facebook is just awful. I don't like Facebook. Instagram is kind of cool. I post funny memes and anything judo related. I post on my feed that and family. But yeah, I enjoy. I'm on Instagram the most, Twitter a little bit, but yeah, that's about it. I got nothing else to promote. Just really happy to be here. I really enjoyed my time with you guys. This was quite an honor.
Thank you. And Scotty, you got anything to promote? You want to put anything out there for us?
No, I don't have anything to promote. You can follow me on Instagram at Scotty. What's that?
Want to promote Hollywood Judo?
Dude, you mean the greatest dojo in the world? Yeah, Hollywood Judo. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Scotty Ryerson. I just post about judo pretty much these days. Judo and going to concerts every week. So
yeah, you go to a lot of concerts too.
Dude, I have to.
He's made me very proud at many concerts.
All right. Okay.
All right. So with that, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at Tatami Talk. You can follow us on YouTube at Tatami Talk. You guys have any questions, things you want us to talk about, things you want us to go over? Tell us about this game show thing we did. Let us know how that went for you at tatamitalk@gmail.com. You can follow me at the GR8_Juan on Instagram. You can follow Anthony Thrills on Instagram. Anthony, is there anything else I'm forgetting?
No, I'm just glad this is over because I was stressing out over making this quiz show. So.
This is your baby. All right. So, yeah. All right. So if you guys like to say this with me, I'm going to say, don't forget to, and then you guys are going to say, slap the mat. So each knee sign, don't forget to
slap the mat.
Thank you.